Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. Leading them out is the former first-rounder from all the way back in 2004 from Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating, and he's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
First carry for James Conner. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here we go.
Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's counter. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And they'll go on the ground. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Credit the Giants' defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The drive will start with Connor, and he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They run with Connor, and he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Connor, and he'll get this one up to the 26. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. And Ingram holds it in. He got 29 yards that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hot.
They'll look to throw here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. It's a 3-point game here early. Back to MetLife Stadium in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Back to throw. It's caught. Shepard. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on first down. To the right side and complete to Washington. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Roethlisberger now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Well, the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Connor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. 3rd down here.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go!
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Green 39! Green 39!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give them a gain of 37.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, some strong running. That is caught at the 7. 11 more on that one and another first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Green, 30.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are in for 6.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Roethlisberger now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Ebron caught left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. And the Giants have got it, but he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go play action here on first down. Looking middle. And it's incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To throw now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
To throw now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shepard. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
right, here we go. Green, 30.
He'll look to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Corey Coleman, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Roethlisberger. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this 2nd quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Extra point put through by Boswell. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll make it 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now back to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Rosas puts this one through. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this third quarter. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A handoff to Barkley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, here we go.
And the blitz does come. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start with a give to Connor. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Ebron caught left side. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 61 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched?
Here we go. 3-19.
He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Set. Blue landing.
Back to throw here. It's brought in left side by Tate. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And the Steelers on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Roethlisberger will throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's taken down inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And they'll run it here. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call, because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll drop the throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, 82 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go now. Blue line.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing. Wait it. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, 33 yards. And the Giants take advantage of the turnover to put up 6.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they will take a 7-point lead. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Rosas now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A good pickup there, a 22. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Now Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Tight end right, tight end right. All right, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
A first down carry for Barkley. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
All right, here we go. Blue landing.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. Switzer now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Roethlisberger. Pass incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Roethlisberger, and he finds McDonald. They give him a gain of 38. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Kyler Fackrell in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Roethlisberger to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, ready? 180.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 46. And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
So the field goal got him back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. On the run, it's Barkley. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback, because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.